What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've done one of these, probably about a month and a half. I've been releasing MacTrax videos, of course, but I actually had a few videos planned that never got released, and they will now be released in November. Kind of late, but I've got videos for November, and I've got videos for December. So don't think that I'm skipping out on YouTube, I just haven't had time. But welcome to Terminator Month. Terminator Month will spread from October 2nd to November 1st. And it will be 100% all Terminator content except for 2 Mondays this month, or 1, depending on if it goes to schedule, where I will be having Mac Talks episodes coming out on Mondays this month instead of Wednesdays like they normally do, because Wednesday will all be Terminator every week for the next 4 weeks. Now, let me explain something, because I did a Transformers month, actually 2 months of Transformers, back when my channel barely started. And not in January. November was when I started my channel, but no, I'm talking about January. I really restarted my channel and did 2 months of Transformers. Now there's none of that. There's not going to be an overload of these videos. No, it's going to be 9 videos of the Terminators. Okay, so the first episode will be this one. The second episode will be Mortal Kombat gameplay with the Terminator. I will be doing gameplay for that, recording gameplay, which will branch off into November, where I will be starting Super Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, stuff like that, where I really dive in to actually starting gaming on YouTube. So, kind of want to explain that, but this Mortal Kombat, which is going to be next week, that is going to be kickstarting the gaming stuff a little early. You'll get a tease of what's to come. But it'll be a full episode, probably 20-30 minutes of me just messing around in Mortal Kombat. It'll just be me. I might have a friend, but I doubt it. Week 3 will just be another Terminator video, but week 4 is the most important week. Every day that week. So, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and possibly Saturday, I will be doing reviews of all the Terminator movies. So Monday will be Terminator 1. Tuesday will be Terminator 2, and I know I've already done a review of that on my channel, but I will be redoing it, this time scripted. Terminator 3, I will be doing a review on that one. Terminator 4, I will be doing a review on that one. And the one I've yet to watch yet, and this is really depressing, is Terminator 5. I have not watched it yet, I don't really want to, but I'm going to just for the sake of reviewing it. And then Saturday or Friday night, depending on which one happens first. If I go see it on Friday, I will review it on Friday and maybe release it on Friday or Saturday. I don't know. And then Saturday, Dark Fate. I'm planning on this schedule. November 1st should be Dark Fate unless it's November 2nd. So it'll either be Terminator Month goes from October 2nd to November 2nd or October 2nd to November 1st. One of those dates will happen. I'm not flunking out on this. I'm going to batter down and do this. But that being said, the Terminator is an R-rated franchise from the 3rd on, and Mortal Kombat is an M-rated game. I just wanted to get that out there, so I will, for most of these videos, have that mature content slider on to prevent any children from seeing this that they shouldn't. I don't want 8-year-olds seeing this. And I know no one watches my videos, but, you know, it's for future reference if I ever do get popular. Which that's not my goal for YouTube. My goal for YouTube is to make a few people laugh a day. I think I've been doing pretty bad on that so far. But so that's the Terminator Month. But I wanted to get into today's video of what went wrong with Terminator 3. Now, this isn't my review of Terminator 3. I'm mainly comparing Terminator 3 and Terminator 2 in a sense. So let's get started. Most of these videos will be focused on Terminator 2, by the way. I will pretty much be only talking about Terminator 2 content with the Mortal Kombat video. Like, it's the only good movie besides the first one. So, you know, and I think the first and second go parallel together, which will be in a couple weeks video. But what went wrong with Terminator 3? Now, I'm not sexist, but I think the girl Terminator was a bad idea at the wrong time. Now, let me explain. The Terminator, the TX, whatever it's called, yeah, the TX. The concept is a good idea, except it's just another T800 with an interchangeable arm. It's not threatening. The girl Terminator, the TX is barely in it at all. And bear with me on this one, because again, I'm going to read it. I'm not sexist. I think the girl Terminator is a good idea, but it wasn't introduced at the right time. Terminator 3 needed to be more of what Terminator 2 was, but improved upon. So, Terminator 3, right? It features all these different characters. It features John Connor when he's older, John Connor's future wife, Arnold as another good Terminator, the same T800 that tried to kill killed Sarah Connor in the first movie, same Terminator that saved him in the second. This is the same one, reprogrammed yet again for another timeline. And that's where this gets annoying. In this movie, this isn't the same T800. This is a new T800. The first T800 from the first two movies is the same T800. However, the first movie's T800 was a villain, and the sequels was a good guy because of reprogramming. And that's where this movie gets it wrong. Yes, Arnold, the T800 Model 101 is all bait. They all look like Arnold, but Terminators aren't mass-produced. Now, field Terminators are, but these Terminators that go back in time, if they were mass-produced, we would have hundreds going back in time, killing people who they do not want around. And that's one of the biggest plot points of the Terminator, of course, is why don't they just send a bunch of Terminators back to when Sarah was a baby and kill her then. So there's tons of things that just don't make sense with the Terminator lore. But the fact that this is a different Terminator is a little annoying. I'm sure they don't want to ruin the Terminator's death in Judgment Day, but they already ruined it by bringing a third movie into the spectrum, so you know. Just the way the whole movie was set up as well, it didn't feel right. Like John Connor, the witty, bratted, smart aleck kid in the second movie was just so delightful because he didn't have a father figure, and that T800 filled that father figure for him. In this movie, he's a drunk, dead butt man who just can't get anything done. He's gone incognito to make sure that the Terminators can't find him. But then they find him when they send back this girl Terminator to eliminate all of his colleagues because they couldn't find him. Well, you could send him back to another time. Maybe send the TX to back when there was a T1000 and a T800, like send him back to the second movie. Or when Connor was a baby. Like, why did you have to wait years to send another Terminator back? You could have sent another Terminator back, snap on the wrist. So that's really annoying. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just stupid. Another thing that I think went wrong with the Terminator is, why did you make the girl unemotional? I get it. Terminators are supposed to be unemotional robotic cyborgs, but the Terminator from Terminator 2 had personality. He was a charming character. He wasn't just dead silence. He was learning how to be human, and that was charming. This TX, even though being bragged to be very human, like it could act human, doesn't at all. She is a stone cold murderer, and that worked with the first movie because there was no personality for him. But I feel like if they were gonna go with a girl Terminator, use the girl emphasis. And again, this is gonna be a tiny bit sexist. I'm not sexist. Girls usually, to men, are alluring. Use that against, like, the characters. Like, you could make John Connor attracted to this TX, and then she could betray him at the last minute. Like, don't make the TX a blood-cold killing machine. Make her empathetic, or, like, sympathetic, so she can act like a human and then backstab them. I feel like that would have been a bigger blow than her just walking up and saying, you'll be terminated. She didn't talk like at all. She had a few lines, but it was mostly visual facial acting. And she always looked pissed. She looked like that one lady in every movie, the accountant that's always mad, like, yeah, it just doesn't, it didn't work. It didn't work for the TX. I really think the TX could have been a good villain. The Terminator 2 villain was really fabulous. He was a police officer. Police officers are usually friendly. He had a friendly, nice, calming voice. He acted friendly. He acted like a human being. And the TX didn't. That's my biggest gripe with Terminator 3. The TX was a stone cold monster. And they were trying to derive the same thrills they did off of Terminator 2 and Terminator 1. Mainly Terminator 1. And that was just overall just disappointing. Sorry, I thought somebody was opening my door. And that is just disappointing. Why would you describe from the same thrills? No, you need to expand upon new thrills. And I'll go into the depths of that in another episode in a couple of weeks for the Terminator 1. But I really think the TX could have been a good villain. Sarah Connor wasn't in this one, she died. What kind of BS is that? And the reason being is they thought Sarah Connor's story was over. Okay, her story is over. Make her have a cameo, a phone call, saying she'll come soon. And then she'll never come because she couldn't make it. And at the end, like an after credit scene or a cameo at the very end, explain why. Like, I just don't get that. Why would you ruin... Why would you ruin it? Yeah, it's just... You could have just freaking explained why Sarah Connor was in it. You didn't have to kill her. And she died in such an unheroic way. She died in freaking... And I'm not saying... I think it was cancer. And I'm not saying cancer is not heroic. Like, people who fight through cancer as hard as they can. I believe in you guys. I'm super supportive with cancer. But for this character, I don't think that was a good way to make her go out. And again, I love people who fight cancer. It's great. Keep doing it. You can get through this. But, like, I don't understand why they had to do it. It's stupid. Another gripe I had with it is John Connor's wife. She is that bratty, again, lawyer type character who's like, let me speak to your manager. No, you're not kidnapping me. I lied. Yeah, he did lie, because he's not going to let you go. You don't trust a man who's shoving you in a van. Like, it's bull crap. Yeah, and she didn't, I guess because she didn't understand, but the movie was just so bad. I'm sorry, Arnold, you had to go through that crappy filming, and I would say a lot more about this, but like, there's so much that just went wrong with Terminator 3. I don't know, man. Such a stupid sequel. Because I watched it almost back to back with Terminator 2, and I was going in thinking, oh my gosh, I've heard it's okay. It's unbelievable. Coming in and watching that after Terminator 2 really makes you appreciate how much of a good movie Terminator 2 is. And Terminator 1 is just, it's Terminator 1. It's going to set up the plot. It set up everything. It set up the characters. It set up what Terminator is supposed to be. Terminator 2 built upon that, expanded that Terminators could have emotions. Terminator 3 threw all that in the garbage and said Terminators cannot have emotions. And Arnold had no emotions in these. The T-800 completely, and I know I just switched from Arnold to T-800. Bear with me with this. T-800 had no emotions whatsoever in this. He was a stale brick. And that was disgusting. But anyway, that was my review of Terminator. Not my review, that's basically what went wrong with Terminator 3. So you could call this a review, but it's not. An actual review is coming. I'll probably skim over these plot points and go into more detail. of other things that I hated about the movie, but, like, it's just stupid. I hate Terminator 3. I'm not recommending this movie. This isn't a review. Don't go watch it. You need to stop after Terminator 2. Watch the first two. Maybe Dark Fate if it's good. If Dark Fate isn't good, I'm not going to be surprised. Terminator has been a bad franchise. It's almost like the Transformers. Every year you have hope. I thought Bumblebee was going to be awful. It looked awful. Blitzwing. Blitzwing looked great, but Bumblebee just looked awful. The movie just looked bad, but it was a good movie. So Dark Fate, be the Bumblebee of the Transformers crappy franchise of movies. I love the Transformers. I've got a whole freaking collection back here. But, I'm sorry. If I see this piece of garbage done for cash grabs, nostalgia, and just plain pieces of trash, I'm not going to swear because I don't want to, with this character, I'm going to blow a gasket. Anyway, this has been very fun to do. This is, of course, what went wrong with Terminator 3. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you're looking forward to the Mortal Kombat video coming next week on October 9th. See ya.